Is the hot stove finally starting to heat up? Like, it's been a while since we've actually had a hot stove, like a year. So, yeah, George Springer has just signed with the Toronto Blue Jays. Or not just signed. He signed at like 1 a.m. So, yeah, you get the point. But it is a 6-year, $150 million deal to the Toronto Blue Jays. I know a lot of people are bringing up the question, did the Jared Porter firing kind of factor into George Springer's decision, and we're going to talk about that briefly in today's video as well. So yeah, leave a like, subscribe, turn on notifications. Like I said, 68% of you that watch these videos are not subscribed. Get your life together, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, leave a like on this video, subscribe, turn on notifications, leave a like, and let's go ahead and get into this video. 6 years, $150 million, which is $25 million a year, and for the COVID market, that is a pretty good contract, if we're being honest. George Springer, we saw them go out and sign a relief pitcher, one of the top relief pitchers, Kirby Yates, earlier today or earlier yesterday. And this team is set. Like, they can make a big move, and I do expect them to make another big move. I'm expecting a Luis Castillo trade. I really am. A Luis Castillo or a Sonny Gray trade. Considering the fact that they have Jordan Groshans in their system, not to mention the fact that Bo Bichette's at your shortstop position there, I don't really think that there's obviously a use for him. So Jordan Groshans is probably going to be traded, and the Reds seem like a perfect fit because, one, they need a future shortstop, and who better than Jordan Groshans, who's one of the top prospects in baseball. And maybe you throw in a pitching prospect. I don't think it's going to have to be a Simon Woods Richardson. Another prospect or two, I think you've got a done deal there. Also, in this video, we're going to talk about the Angels. They signed Jose Quintana. But we've obviously got to talk about the Blue Jays signing George Springer. About 8 o'clock last night, it was made clear that George Springer maybe had signed. The sources were not very good at all, and that's kind of where everybody was like, I don't know, because the sources is kind of bad. And so I think this is a really good move. And maybe you can even move a Grichuk in a potential trade because you have no use for Grichuk. He's going to be playing center field. And Grichuk has no use as a backup center fielder. So, yeah. And this just makes the Blue Jays so much better. George Springer, we saw him hit the ball very well without the trash can banging. And that's really, I mean, he got a big contract for the COVID market. Let's go talk about the Mets, though. Did they lose out on Springer because of Jared Porter? That's a very good question. I think it did have some play, what Jared Porter did, and he ended up getting fired just about 11, 12 hours after that. He ended up getting fired, and I think that did play a factor into George Springer's decision of where he was going, and I think that might have been where the Mets lost out on Springer. But I also think that the Mets had a set price for Springer, and I don't think they were going over. I think it was at like 120, 130 million, and that was about it. And that's understandable. But I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, that they have $24 million left in salary cap space or whatever you want to call it. George Springer's deal just happens to be for $25 million. So that maybe is not the problem here. But I think that does play in a factor. Jared Porter maybe feels just kind of like all this stuff that the GM told me seems kind of false after his reputation just went downhill, if we're being honest, in the Major League Baseball world. Now, what is next for the Mets after this? For the Mets, you've got to sign relief pitchers, I think. And I think Brad Hand's is a perfect fit on this team. You've made a big move already getting Francisco Lindor. And DeGrom, you've got such a good rotation here. With DeGrom, Stroman, Syndergaard once he's back and healthy, Carlos Carrasco, David Peterson, Steven Matz, Joey Lucchesi. Their bullpen, it's kind of iffy. Edwin Diaz, if he plays like his 2020 self, then he'll be very, very good. If he plays like his 2019 self, he won't be. Trevor May, he's been very consistent his whole career. Jeurys Familia, he's up and down. Miguel Castro has the stuff to be very good, just has not been really very good so far in his career. And Dylan Betances obviously has a ton of potential, along with Seth Lugo in that bullpen. They have a lot of bullpen arms. I do think they probably need one or two more bullpen arms. You've got your catcher in James McCann at first base. Pete Alonso's got that position covered. Jeff McNeil at second. Third base is J.D. Davis. Francisco Lindor at the shortstop position. Left field is probably J.D. Davis, Brendan Nimmo in center, and Michael Conforto in right. Now, that's a very good lineup. And this brings up the question is what's next is maybe them getting Jackie Bradley Jr., which I think is not a bad pickup at all. And it's going to be a cheaper option, which maybe could mean that you could still be in the market for a Bauer or somebody like that. But for the Mets, I think that Jared Porter, unfortunately for them, played a big decision. Now, as a Braves fan, I'm pretty happy because he's not there to least that I really didn't want to face him because he's really good. 6-year, $150 million deal. This is a big deal by the Blue Jays. They've been interested in about everybody, and finally they decided to start making some moves today. He's going to fit very well in this outfield, especially a kind of veteran player with some younger players in Bo Bichette, Vlad Guerrero, Lourdes Gurriel, players like that, Kevin Biggio, players like that. And MLB trade rumors, they predicted close to it with a 5-year, $125 million deal. I mean, they were literally pretty much right on, except you just had to add another year. And for this Blue Jays team, I don't think they're done yet. I don't really think you can be done yet. I still think you need another bullpen arm or two, and I think you definitely need another starter. Nate Pearson, he has Cy Young type stuff, potential, but he just really hasn't shown it yet. Robbie Ray, he can be decent. Tanner Roark, Kenjin Ryu, all can be decent, but this is a really, really good move. I don't really care too much about the money side of things because I just don't. The money side of things is the fact that he was going to get paid and he got paid. And I like this move a lot. Let's go ahead and give my grades for this signing. Grades for this signing. Let's see. I think the Blue Jays here get an A+. Springer is such a good addition to this team. And let's go ahead and talk about does this raise their ceiling. As of right now, my AL East current predictions. 5th place, Baltimore Orioles. 4th place, Boston Red Sox. 3rd place, the Yankees, they have not got significantly worse. They re-signed DJ LeMahieu and Corey Kluber. Rays, very good. Blue Jays are in there. I mean, that's kind of, you can make up your own prediction for those three. That's a really tough prediction to make, in my opinion. So, Blue Jays, very, very good move here. If you want to see a video tomorrow coming out with the winners and losers of this signing, then make sure you leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, because 68% of you that watch these videos are not subscribed. Get your life together, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, leave a like on this video. But before I end this video, we're going to talk about Angels. They signed Jose Quintana, finally a starting pitcher, for a 1-year, $8 million deal. This is not a big move at all, but it is a good move because he will be an eating center for this team. An eater. My gosh, I can't speak. But you've got Dylan Bundy. Who knows how he'll be? I'm not expecting a lot because he was using this foreign substance. Andrew Heaney always has shown decent pitching. Shohei Ohtani can be very good, and Griffin Canning can be very good. So you still need to get a Bauer, and you still probably need to make maybe swing a trade for maybe a player like a Sonny Gray or a Luis Castillo. But this is a good start for the LA Angels. But this Springer move is obviously the big move of yesterday. And wow, great move by the Blue Jays. I really like this signing. Good job. All I'm going to say is Yankees, Rays, Red Sox, Orioles fans, you're not going to like having to face him on a nightly basis. But yeah, that's going to be the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, turn on notifications. Yeah, 68% of you that watch these videos are not subscribed. Get your life together. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, leave a like. Thank you for watching, and peace.